Muy bien lo del pedal. Ya lo has hecho. My last famous words in 1988 were, "I shall never teach." And that's 25 years ago.
Well, it was in 1956. Siena was bursting, exploding with talent. There was Claudio Abbado and Joaquín and Daniel Barenboim, and we were all like a big family. And we remained friends always. He played with me in Los Angeles, in New York, in Montreal, several times.
He's been, in my old country, one of the most respected and beloved pianists throughout my life. Some extraordinary pianists, and Joaquín is one of them, can make it appear that the piano goes legato and that the notes grow into each other. And there's a very particular sound which he can make that now very, very few pianists can make. It's a very rare thing, and it's instantly recognizable.
Que es un artista que admiro muchísimo y que sí, yo creo que es renovarse o morir. Yo creo que en este mundo de la música, y sobre todo cuando llevas tanto tiempo, tienes que encontrar nuevas cosas, nuevas facetas. ¿Por qué? Porque el público siempre espera algo nuevo. Y Joaquín pues lo hace con un sonido maravilloso, con una madurez extraordinaria. He tenido la suerte de que hemos hecho música juntos y cuánto más me gustaría que pudiéramos hacer más.
Alfred Mouledou, who's part of the piano faculty, and me, we met in the Gieseking class in 1954.
Sometimes we would take the train, like from Paris over to Saarbrücken, was where Gieseking taught, if you can. Okay. And frequently, well, I remember we were into yoga back then, and we would stand on our heads on the train going.
And we became very good friends. Then he came to the university.
Eduardo Mata used to use him, used to love him, and would bring him to town. And every time he would come play with the Dallas Symphony, either SMU or the music teachers would have him out here for a recital.
And it happened, it was to be in the right place at the right moment, that they wanted a pianist to serve in this chair, endowed chair, Journalist Estate. And I got the offer. Your pedal was very good, but there is another possibility of having this by doing that. You see?
Actually, it's a gift to the city of Dallas, I think, that Joaquín is here in Dallas and at SMU. it was the nicest thing I think Eduardo ever did when he introduced us to Joaquín and Emma, and they're both just spectacular people.
I was also a pianist, and if you don't work together, it's very boring just to be a wife. So I play my concerts for 20 years, chamber music, with a fantastic violinist, and I always very close to Joaquín, helping him.
But what is not known about her is that she got her graduation when she was 12. And she got her professorship of solfeggio when she was 8.
Well, I met Joaquín Achúcarro when I was 10 years old, and that's about 26 years ago.
And he came, that boy, with hair like that. And, well, what are you going to play? Bach, suite. Okay, sit down and play. And he sat down, took a deep breath, and began to play. And he was the rhythm, the music, the feeling. Okay, well, that's very good. What else can you play? Liszt funerals. You can play Liszt funerals? Yes. Okay, sit and play. Again, deep breath. So that was my first relation with Alessio Bach.
And I have to say, it's been a father figure more than just a teacher ever since. It's one of the most amazing people I know. I've had the privilege to observe him close by as a student, as a colleague, and most importantly, he's been a role model to all students.
He's actually the first one here at SMU to practice. Before he teaches, he swims, then he practices again, he teaches all afternoon, and then practices again, so he puts us all to shame.
Maestro Achúcarro as a pianist is really a revelation, in the sense that it discovers things that on one level discovers things that nobody thinks about, solutions to musical problems that no one thinks about. On the other level, it discovers things that makes you think, oh, why it's so logical, why didn't I think of that myself? Which is a great tool for a teacher to have, because it puts a student in mind frame of discovering him or herself their own solutions to problems. So it might look very natural once you see him play, but every movement, every nuance is really thought out to the smallest detail to save energy, to use your muscles, your body more efficiently.
Can you think of the first note not like a ah, but like a ah?
It's been a blessing to have Joaquín Achúcarro on our campus for 25 years. He's attracted outstanding students from around the world, and those graduates hold important positions also all over the world. Joaquín is a great citizen of the SMU campus. His very upbeat presence is always a contributor to good times wherever he is.
Joaquín has the greatest sense of humor of any person I've ever known. He is such a fine man, and he laughs at himself and he laughs with others, and I've always had a joyful time being in his presence. He's just a great human being, and the combination of his personal gifts and the treasure of his music and his talent is unparalleled in the world today.
Joaquín is an international treasure who's been on loan to the Meadows School for the last 25 years. I've never heard a note come from the instrument when he was playing that wasn't beautiful. I've never heard a phrase that wasn't elegant. I've never heard an interpretation that wasn't performed at the highest level of integrity. And those are the first qualities that come to mind when I think about what he engenders in his students. They've been in the presence of one of the great masters, and it's a joy and a privilege to count him as a colleague and a friend.
First of all, I don't feel that in 25 years of it has been 1 week or something like that. They have gone so fast, and I have been in relation with so many different lives, with so different ways of dreaming and ways of working. And I confess that I learn from them as well. It's a very, very enriching experience.
Maestro Achúcarro impacted my life by his ability of hard work, his exemplary humility and generosity, and his endless, inquisitive, and almost scientific curiosity about his own job, his everyday study on the piano. Gracias, Joaquín, por tu generosidad, por tu inmenso conocimiento y profunda sabiduría. Gracias de corazón.
He took all his students as his family, and I always remember what he has been saying. We are family. We love you. Happy 25th anniversary.
The thought of Joaquín Achúcarro is constantly present during my daily life, especially when I practice or when I teach. We are still very close, and sometimes I realize that I think of him even more than I do of my mother. My hope is to be able to pass at least a part of his heritage to my students.
I can talk about Joaquín for hours. He's not just a superb pianist, great musician, and supportive and nurturing teacher. He's someone who inspires all of us with his own example. Perhaps one of the favorite things and fondest memories in the moment I would come into his class and see Joaquín's warmest smile saying, "How can I help you, Angela? Love you so much, Joaquín, and hope to see you very soon."
Vamos a ofrecerte un pequeño presente.
La Orquesta del Conservatorio Adolfo Salazar se suma a este homenaje. Maestro, le deseamos todo lo mejor, muchas felicidades y va por usted.
Querido Joaquín, muchas felicidades por estos 25 años en SMU en Dallas, enseñando a tantos alumnos, entregando y dando todo lo mejor de ti. Gracias por tu sabiduría, por tu pasión por la música, por tu pasión por el piano y por todo lo que he aprendido contigo.
We are really happy. We are really extremely honored to be Joaquín's and Emma's friend. So all the best to Joaquín, all the best to his life, all the best to his wonderful artistry, and thanks for all the pleasures he's been giving to us these years. Thank you, Joaquín.
I'm looking forward to the next 25 years.
Well, we have been married 55, so the last 25 passed like that. Really.